FATENZO.com, 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 FATENZO.com.
What is that? What's that sound, man? Simon should put the cord out of the way. Out of the way of the talent. Why? Figure something out? Did your Asian figure it out?
Like the wire here broke right there.
Yeah.
So like when I move it, I can hear it a little bit on both.
Anyway, I'll pick up. I want a pair of headphones anyway for this. So.
FATENZO.com.
Is it lagging?
We'll see in a second. Oh. Is it lagging? That's the question. Is it lagging? No, I think it looks okay. I think it's okay. We'll see. Oh, well,
right.
We're going to have to do this just like this.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah. Hold on. This.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
No. Should it go? Whatever. No, you look good. But that's kind of in the way, though. The only thing is, you see that in the right there.
Oh, the glare.
Yeah, the glare. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well. All right. Well, greetings. Greetings, poopies.
Greeting, poopies.
Greetings. How are you? How are you this morning? This is just having a cup of tea.
Yep.
Fat Enzo Show. Welcome. Thank you very much for watching, tuning in. Just gonna have conversation and record it. There's nothing totally egotistical about that or anything like that.
No,
right?
Not really.
Why do we do this? Why do people even do it?
Well, probably to entertain part of their life in between when they're born and their death. It's just a simulation before you die.
That's all it is.
That's it.
Wow.
I mean, what else would it be?
I don't know. That sounds like it. Hey, can we do the creed?
Damn it, I just had it pulled up.
Ready?
Yep.
I believe that the freedom of speech is a universal international right, that all opinions shall be tolerated, regardless if agreeable or disagreeable. I believe in the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of the press, the right of the people to peaceably assemble, be it physically or digitally. I believe truth is non-binary and can be objective, subjective, normative, or complex. There are no eternal facts, as there are no absolute truths. For us creators and for our content, great thinkers have philosophized, and our founding fathers debated the dangers of cancellation and censorship for centuries. And no individual shall be indemnified of criticism or mockery. for there is honesty in jest. I pledge that the ideas I share are my own and are not the expressed opinions of any violent criminal organizations. I messed up on that one.
Yeah.
The only group I represent is the human race. I pledge to perform in a professional, dignified manner and to not bully, harass, or slander my fellow human creatures, to refrain from hate, anger, sedition, vulgarity, harassment, pornography, cautioning that sarcasm can at times be misinterpreted as such. I believe in the counter speech doctrine, that the remedy to negative, harmful speech is more positive, helpful speech, not enforced silence. That no person shall be denied access to social media, which is the marketplace of ideas, and today's town square, that Section 230 privatizes communism, and that content creators who have broken community guidelines in the past deserve retribution, because we are all constituents of the human party, and humans are fallible. Amen.
Oh, that was better this time.
Remember, it's fallible.
Valuable. Yeah.
Fallible. Yeah. You know, humans are fallible. Fallible means that they usually mess up.
Oh yeah.
They mess up a lot.
Yeah.
And we know because you know that
experience.
Yeah. Everybody needs retribution, right? Not everybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
And nobody should be held to something that's happened over sometime decades ago.
Yeah, absolutely. This little buddy moved. You didn't like your spot? Go back in your spot, buddy.
What dog doesn't like his bed?
Yeah, go back in your bed, buddy. All right.
He should be.
So happy birthday to my brother.
Yes,
my brother Ricky. Yeah, it was his birthday today.
Yep.
And so I went to mass this morning. You know, did my routine. Got took the buddy for a walk.
Yep.
Then I went to church and basically meditated for half an hour. That's all it is. Seriously. I mean, I've felt like when I got out of there, I had meditated and shut my brain off for 30 minutes. And then when you come out, you just feel like so good. There's no way that you can feel better than that moment when you're coming out of mass. It's like that's the pinnacle of the day for me, you know?
I understand it. I don't necessarily feel the same way after mass myself. However, I understand that. It's just how I guess I just pray and meditate probably about two times a day, usually morning and night. That's about it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Did you this morning?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
How do you do it?
Usually I sit in bed, sit upright in bed and sit there, close my eyes. I let as the person who taught me how to meditate and everything, kind of let the thoughts come into my mind, acknowledge them, let it sit for a little, not a lot, like just that little bit. And it just kind of, I let it go. And I just return thinking of my breath, kind of like how the yoga people preach it. And it brings me back to that moment where it's like, oh, all right, now another thought. And I'm free because it's not like I'm hanging on any thoughts. It's more or less that I'm just letting them naturally flow, kind of like a waterfall or a river type thing. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
I just feel, I wouldn't say lighter, but not like there's so many.
What do? You just be quiet?
Yeah. Sometimes I put on a little bit of music. Something like, honestly, yes, I listen to a Korean meditation channel on Spotify.
Do you really?
Yeah. It has 3 songs that are probably I think 12 or 13 minutes long. It's probably about a 45-minute thing. I think if you listen to the whole thing together. I listened to probably one song. And then,
So you take it
That's
more
kinda
like
it.
the Eastern approach.
well, is that out of line here? I am Asian.
Yeah, no,
That's
why?
exactly
Nothing's out of line.
I feel like that's exactly why I feel the way I do after I do it.
Mhm.
Especially that way, I don't know. It really does feel kind of how you say, like it just feels right when you're in mass. That's how I feel with the morning and night, or just yeah. If I'm stressed out during the day, I may
Mhm.
take a minute with my earbuds on and listen to something, and just kind of have the whole thought process, or that whole thought process of letting everything go,
Mhm.
and I just feel, like I said, free, like just I don't even know.
Mhm. That's good. What about like getting some kind of physical, getting the blood flowing in the morning?
I mean, I guess so. I don't really do that.
No.
No.
Yeah. I do. You gotta do something, you know? And then having a dog makes you.
Yeah,
That's the difference between being a cat owner and a dog owner.
it is a little bit. However, I will say too, when I have done that in the morning with him, no, I can't necessarily say that I feel different, like in a way, in positive or negative. It kind of is just the same to me. Just to be honest, the only thing it usually is by the time I get back to the house, I'm really hungry.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. But
Mm-hmm.
necessarily, do I feel physically or
Did you eat this morning?
no, I have not.
I know. I didn't eat either.
Whatever.
Actually, kind of after drinking that tea, Jesus, I feel kind of weird. I
Really?
don't know. Those maybe drinking it on an empty stomach or something. How did How did you make that?
I just put oranges in it.
Put oranges in there.
Yeah. Well, orange peel.
Orange peel.
Yeah.
Did you clean the orange peel first?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they put pesticides all over
Yeah.
there. You know?
Well, I'm not that. I know that.
You're
much.
not that stupid?
Right. I am stupid, but not that stupid.
So, one thing I would like to say is I'd like to talk about that or just like remember for a second Ray Liotta.
Yes.
Because that's a big thing, I mean, for me, Goodfellas,
Mm-hmm.
the movie Goodfellas was life-changing. It really was. What do you got over there?
I'm trying. I saw something earlier today. Yeah, here it is.
You want to send? If you want to text me something, I guess I could share it. You got something that we should share?
I believe so. Yeah.
Send it to me.
I think I just emailed it to you.
Oh shoot!
Why?
Can you text it?
Oh, yeah.
Texting's easier.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. All right, hold on a second. Copy this. And then I got to basically email it to myself. Uh-oh. Hello, this is Bobby. How can I help you?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Happy birthday to Ricky.
Yes, happy birthday to Ricky.
Do you know how vultures stay cool in the summer?
Oh my God, I don't know.
They defecate down their own legs.
Do they really?
Mm-hmm.
So, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with? You know what that was?
Who could that have been?
I don't know. Somebody who has Satan within them, probably.
Probably.
There's a lot of people like that. You know?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
When they don't live in the moment like that, or they're always thinking, I don't know. I guess they're just thinking of the devil.
Mm-hmm. Just thinking horrible things. All right. So,
However, that is an interesting fact anyway.
hold on one sec, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm not sure if you can see it. Hold on one sec. Let me do the entire screen. Wow. It wasn't about Ray Liotta, but I mean, that's
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were talking about before we took that the evil phone call.
Yeah.
But you know, I was just thinking about that phone call. I'm not gonna lie for a second. And I was while I was watching this about all the kids who died and stuff like that. And it's just today at church we talked about grief becomes joy.
Okay.
Grief becomes joy. It's because, all right. So there, basically, think about it like, is that off its tracks? You broke that? Anyway, think about like a baby. I mean, a a uh, a mother, a pregnant woman, right, is in labor and she hurts, obviously, right? Going through all the labor pains, right?
Yeah.
And then eventually when she gives birth,
Enjoy.
It's joy and she doesn't even think about all the pain that she just went through, because on the other end, there's so much joy. And it's the same thing for everything like that. Whatever kind of grief that you have to go through, on the other end, there's joy. And really, everybody goes through the grief. I mean, like, I'm not different than anybody else, but some people go through it at different times in their life.
Yeah.
But everybody goes through the same grief. They do, like,
yeah.
Everybody dies. Everybody. That's the one equalizer. And eventually, you see everybody in your family that you love die if you live long enough. Right?
In theory.
And if not, you're the one who dies.
Correct. That's where I was thinking. I'm like,
yeah, but I'm saying, if you live long enough, every single person has all that same grief. And it's all about how you go through it and how you deal with it. And there's joy on the other end, because the people that survive are the strong ones, and you get that strength, you get that knowledge, you get that wisdom, you're able to pass it on to others. And ultimately there's joy at the end of it, because you become a bigger person, you become a better person, and you find out like that life is worth living.
You learn more than just a life lesson. You learn a lot through grief. I believe you learn a lot through grief.
Yeah, you do. You learn a lot through grief. It's unfortunate that that people have to die for you to become a better person. Like, I don't want to become a better person because of other people had to die.
Correct.
You know? But it happens though. I mean, it's a natural byproduct. And if it's not a natural byproduct, if you use that situation and you become like a worse person or something, or you go down the drain, downward spiral, get into drugs, or, just become whatever, all the vices of the world and stuff, start adopting those vices because you can't deal with it. I mean, that's sad.
It is. It happens though.
Instead of that though, you just use it to catapult yourself into something awesome. I mean, I think that's the route to take, right?
I mean, for some people it is.
Like what do you mean for some people it is?
Meaning that it's like, for them it's easier to not live with some of the things in their life, like their grief, their whatever. Sometimes it's easier thinking like, yeah, if you're not there anymore, they don't have to feel it anymore.
Say what?
And if they're not living, right, anymore, like they decide that suicide is the option.
Okay, we were talking about something specific now, something suicide.
No, just do it like people you say who go down to vices.
Oh, you're saying that they're basically committing suicide?
Yes.
By doing that?
Yes. It's that they're not going to take I don't even know what you would consider a traditional suicide method, but whatever it is, like they go down that route. Just like, I can't envision, like, I know like shooting yourself is like a quick way.
But there's also,
I don't think I could do that. I really don't think I could do it. I'm going to be honest about that.
So you're going to go but I'm not saying you, but the person who chooses to do that, what you're saying, like what we're talking about, going down the downward spiral, they're basically probably wanting to commit suicide, but they're too scared to.
Or whatever like I will admit that. I would be very terrified to pull the trigger on myself like that. Mm-hmm. Just like trying to envision
violent.
Like, yes. But like, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, taking a handful of whatever and just going to sleep, like, that sounds a lot, I guess, easier. or
Oh, I
left.
mean, there's
I don't really.
there's
I don't know.
easy ways
You
to
know
do
what
it.
I mean?
You can the pulling your car in the garage,
Yeah.
right? Putting a
There's a lot of ways. We won't.
what do
Yeah.
what do you mean won't? What?
We won't describe all the ways.
Yes. Oh my god, aren't you somebody who like is totally into the macabre?
Yeah.
Is that the word?
I guess so. Yeah.
Bring people up to speed really quick on that one.
In what way? Meaning that I watch watch and listen to a lot of podcasts about serial killers. I started probably when I was 11 or 12, starting to listen. Yeah, because it was right around the time when they caught Dennis Ader, the BTK killer,
Mm-hmm.
and they had all they had the trial on the TV, and my parents were typical white people, so they watched it.
Okay.
And I watched it with them.
Okay.
And in a weird way, it was interesting. I don't know how else to put it.
Where was he from? He was from Seattle too, or was he from around where you from?
I thought it was Ohio.
Okay.
I might be. I can't remember right now.
So, but I mean, you're always listening to
I can't
to
understand it.
serial killer podcasts and stuff, and
Or killer cults. I'm getting into now. There's a very interesting thing within all of that. For me.
okay. So, what are some other ways that you would kill yourself? That'd be easy.
You can tie a noose. It's not
Okay.
a pleasant way to go because you can never execute it properly.
Okay.
What?
Well, you can't execute it properly.
The way a noose is supposed to work, then the rope, the big heavy, where it's all tied together,
Yeah.
is actually supposed to snap your neck.
Okay. Yeah, because of the weight of your
That hanging.
the
Like
weight.
that's the way that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's not supposed to suffocate you per
Mhm.
se.
Mm-hmm. What else?
I guess slitting your wrist or your neck or any major arteries.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that would be kind of crazy.
I mean, there's a lot of ways that just as I was saying, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Taking a handful of whatever pill.
I don't think
I don't know.
see the thing is with that one, I'm not sure about that one because there's a lot of people that will take that. You don't take enough maybe, and you're like
Correct.
permanently damaged.
Permanently damaged or
That's not good.
Yeah.
No.
It's
What about that? We just recently made that T-shirt. Should we show that T-shirt? I mean, that's a way. That's pretty crazy.
wait, what
It's R. Bud Dwyer. Do you remember the? Oh, really? Well, remember the R. Bud Dwyer? Here, let me share this.
Trying to remember it.
This guy, man.
Oh, yeah. I didn't actually make it with you. That's why.
You didn't?
No. You made it when I went down to Palm Beach.
This guy right here.
Yeah.
This was a politician, R. Bud Dwyer. And he famously, I guess, called a press conference
And committed suicide on live TV.
and committed suicide on live TV. You guys could I guess look up the. I don't want to look. Yeah, you know what? Keeping to our pledge. Let's not. I guess show the one afterwards.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, we won't show that afterwards.
No, it's just
But you could look it up if you look up R. Bud Dwyer.
it's
And
at your own discretion.
So he basically.
Yeah, he committed suicide on live TV.
What do you think about that? That's crazy, right? That's some ballsy stuff, huh? I mean,
It is.
now a lot of people do.
It is.
Now a lot of people do it in your culture, Eastern culture.
Right.
A lot of people like monks will commit suicide by burning themselves. They'll just set themselves on fire. What do you think
I
about
don't
that?
understand that one either. I don't. I have.
And then
I do
Japanese
not
people
understand.
kill themselves like this with
That I actually understand.
a sword.
That one that is also a. I don't know why that's acceptable to me.
That one's acceptable. I mean, think about that. In your culture, you guys are sick. You guys actually are big on suicide, I think, at some level. Not trying to put that on you at all.
No,
but
yeah,
I think
get what you're
actually,
saying,
you know what? All cultures do it. But that's the way that you guys do it.
Yeah, they're a little bit more. Would you say violent about it?
Yeah.
Or something along that nature.
Or it brings it into what's going on with Texas.
Yeah.
Now, Texas, this is somebody who basically wanted to commit suicide.
I believe, yeah.
But what did he want to do first? He wanted to take everybody out first.
I mean, that I believe is just about pure evil as it can get. Because it's one thing to think of like taking others out with you, like in a gladiator sense per se, or in like a like something like wartime soldier, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Like you're wounded and you're gonna die, and it's like, you know what, I'm gonna take everybody else I can with me. I get that.
Yeah.
But what he just did, it was 19 children that were killed under the age of 11, I believe they said, and 2 adults. Why take like pure innocence?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't understand. I don't understand the murdering of kids thing, dude, at all.
No,
if anything, I mean, listen, I am not saying that this is right or good.
Right. If
anything, oh my God, change something like about the country or something.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say on that one. I'm not supporting or asking or wanting or urging or anything like that, or putting nothing in the universe like that at all. But
it just really makes me question why people.
Why would people do that okay, so let's. Listen. We're allowed to talk. I'm not wanting anybody to do anything crazy or anything like that. I do not support any kind of sedition at all whatsoever. No. But look, they have kamikaze pilots, man.
Yes.
ISIS, they blow themselves up.
Yes.
Right?
And Al Qaeda did too.
Right? Americans don't do that. They don't do that. They don't go and they don't have a reason. Like even the monks that set themselves on fire, they're doing it for a reason. They're trying to do it as a protest.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a protest, I believe. And I don't know, the other way I think of it is they say you burn in hell or whatever. Maybe that's like a symbolization thing.
Mm-hmm.
Setting themselves on fire, they have to burn for their sins or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure. That's just my guess.
Well, it's not
about burning for, maybe that's a symbolization of it.
What I'm saying is Americans don't other than going to proxy wars around the world for our government on behalf of our government, we'll kill and we'll be willing to die.
Right. Yeah, that is kind of true.
But nobody ever protests and isn't it a type of suicide like police when you do something, you pretend hey, stop, I'm gonna shoot, and you're like, oh, like that, and you don't even have anything on you, and it's like, what's that called? There's a word for that. There's it's suicide by cop. Is that what it is?
I'm not sure if that's the term. I know what you're talking about.
There's a kind of suicide where people are doing that on purpose just to get just to elicit the cop to kill them.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard it before. I don't remember the terminology on that.
Yeah.
But just again,
but nobody straps a bomb to themselves and walks into a government building. or anything
No.
crazy like that. But
I mean,
they'll murder a bunch of innocent children in a schoolhouse. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, one, it doesn't make sense to me for the suicide bombing either. However, yeah, with this, like, what happened in that school, like, why would it be at a school? I'm not saying do it anywhere else. It's just why, like,
Why do they choose always?
if in some weird, sick, twisted society that it was okay for it, why would it be in a
Also,
school?
these people that they're usually right around the same age too. These people that do the gun thing, like, and they kill people in the school.
In the recent past, yeah,
Right? They
yeah.
they just recently got out of school. They're just recently out
or they're
of
in school or something. They're
right.
always like,
but they're a little older. They're
Yeah.
usually at least like 17, 18, right? Wouldn't
I
you
want to
say?
say at least 17.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I don't know why. Was there anybody else who was under that?
Was the one Columbine on like 16 or something? I thought
They're like young adults usually, right?
Yeah. They're. I guess if we want to be more safe on it, 16 up.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there was a shooter that was who knows. But the point is like there's something going on. Meaning like why are these people all like turning to this?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
I really would like to think about like what is
I think it's spiritual.
well
Yeah. Let's go back to my brother for a second, right?
Okay.
My brother Ricky,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he would have passed
No.
if he had God in his heart. Like, the amount that I do right now or whatever. I think that there is a big gaping hole of spirituality really in all of our hearts as a family. And that if he really had that,
Right.
that I think a lot of good would have happened for him and maybe God would have intervened. That's what I really do believe.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, I think that as long as you have some kind of, if you would say, fight or spiritual battle in you,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like you'll survive.
Mm-hmm.
If
Yeah,
you don't, then it's just
exactly. You just kind of give up,
exactly.
and it's kind of easy to give up. That's an easy way too, by the way.
Yeah.
You and I knowing the particulars of that whole situation,
I mean,
it could be it's an easy way to just
It is. It's easy.
kind of go, oh,
I guess that's it.
yeah, it's an easy way to do it. Sorry.
Oh no, I thought
The
I heard
water.
something.
I don't know if I did it I would have. I don't know if I had to. I don't know, man. Going in front of everybody and doing it like that, like the R bud.
That's insane. I also
What do you think he was
wonder-
trying to achieve by doing that?
Well, if I remember a little bit about why he was even doing a press conference and everything, I want to say that he was found guilty on something, some kind of scandal thing, and I know I want to say it had to do with like organized crime of some sort. Like there was something going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Do you want me to look it up and read it?
I can't remember it. Like what they're.
Hold on 1 second. I'll read this. R. Bud Dwyer. November 21st, 1939 to January 22nd, 1987. You okay?
Yeah.
Bless yourself.
Bless me then?
Bless yourself.
Okay, that makes no sense.
Go bless yourself.
That makes a little more.
All right. So anyway, R. Bud Dwyer, he was an American politician who served as a 30th state treasurer of Pennsylvania.
Okay.
He served from 1965 to 1971 as a Republican member of the Pennsylvania House of Representatives. Republican, huh?
Mhm.
And from 1971 to 1981 as a member of the Pennsylvania State Senate, representing the state's 50th district. Dwyer then served as the 30th treasurer of Pennsylvania from January 20th, 1981 to January 22nd, 1987. Oh, so right Interesting. Was that like right around the same? So maybe that coincides with his, terms of office
Yeah.
when he committed suicide during a live press conference. So let me go to the public suicide part. It says, in a meeting in his home on January 15th, 1987, Dwyer discussed the idea of a press conference with his press secretary, James Duke Horshock, and Deputy Treasurer Don Johnson at the meeting. Both Horshock and Johnson cautioned Dwyer not to use the conference to attack the governor or other individuals involved with his criminal conviction. And both suggested to Dwyer that he should hold the conference at a location other than his office. Dwyer angrily rejected their suggestion, but nevertheless assured both men that he would not attack anybody involved with his conviction. He additionally stated that he would not announce his resignation at the conference, but rather thank his staff and friends. Nevertheless, both men left assuming Dwyer would ultimately resign at the conference, although Horshock had fears that Dwyer would break his promise. So hold on, let me look. What did he do? So early 1980s, Pennsylvania. In the early 1980s, Pennsylvania discovered that its state workers had overpaid federal taxes due to errors in state withholding prior to Dwyer's administration. Discovered that state workers had overpaid federal taxes due to errors in state withholding prior to Dwyer's administration. A multi-million-dollar recovery contract was required to determine the compensation to be given to each employee. In 1986, Dwyer was convicted for accepting a bribe from Computer Technology Associates, CTA, to award them the contract. He was found guilty on 11 counts of conspiracy, mail fraud, perjury, and interstate transportation in aid of racketeering, and was scheduled to be sentenced on January 23rd, 1987. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so on January 22nd, Dwyer called a news conference in the Pennsylvania State Capitol building in Harrisburg, during which he fatally shot himself with a 357 Magnum revolver in front of reporters. Dwyer's suicide was broadcast later that day to a wide television audience across Pennsylvania.
That's insane. I mean, like I said earlier, the gun thing doesn't really, I don't think that would be the way for me.
Yeah.
And then doing it on live TV.
Let me just show the shirt really quick.
Okay. Wait, where is it?
Let me show it. Stay right there, buddy. Stay right there, buddy.
He is a good dog.
Stay right there, buddy boy. Right there. Okay. Now listen, I'm not trying to do anything vulgar. And remember, satire, remember?
Yep.
In the pledge, satire, that should be covered.
After this.
So, I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
It says, Dear Brandon.
Plagiarize this.
Plagiarize this. You can't really see it. It's too washed out kind of in my I don't know if you can see it over there. Oh yeah, you see it there. Yep.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just a t-shirt that some idiot came up with.
I'm sure he's really stupid.
I was thinking because he plagiarizes everything.
Brandon definitely does.
Brandon plagiarizes everything. Right?
I mean, it's not hard to see.
He's done it multiple times. You know that. You've seen those things?
I have.
Okay.
I don't remember like why how can he be this bad? How can he be this bad?
But I'm saying, you've seen him okay, so
yeah,
he
speeches.
Yeah, the different speeches, right? I mean, he's I don't know.
It's amazing to think that somebody like that is
He's the
where
worst.
they are.
Yeah, not hoping for death on anybody though, but just
No.
that's sheer sarcasm, just in a
Yep.
sick, demented way, like the
Very.
way somebody like yourself who watches
Oh yeah.
who watches.
I mean, if I saw somebody else wearing something,
If you
like
listen
that,
to podcasts about serial killers, you might want that T-shirt. I don't know.
pretty true. I think
That's all I'm saying.
it's a weird thing that I guess I got into. I still wonder if I never watched that trial, could it be different?
Oh, the trial of the
Yeah,
BTK guy.
Because I remember it was like,
And how old were you when this happened?
I want to say the trials were around, maybe I was 12 actually. I might have been like 12 or 13.
Okay.
I remember being in middle school. That's about it. And like, for whatever reason, I guess probably like I said, because my parents are typical white people, and so it was my grandmother there, and everybody just watched it. That was just because I know in the late 80s and 80s and 90s, he terrorized the towns around where he was from in Ohio, I believe.
Really?
So it was like, it was a long, and I believe he took like a 7 or so year. He took a long hiatus where he didn't kill. And then by sending another taunting letter that he always sends to the police and the media, they use DNA to catch him.
Okay, so that's a different kind of thing. Now we're talking about the same kind of violence.
Yeah, the whole.
This is even if you're killing yourself, you're still it's still
committing
violence.
A sin.
You're still committing a sin. So these people that will like actually become like a serial killer, that's a type of individual that they have a higher understanding of society, like a lot of people do, like a monk would maybe, or a priest, or somebody who's been through a lot of stuff. Somebody who comes back from war, or somebody who's been through a lot in their life or whatever, grief and joy. Maybe people that been through that. There are a lot of people that understand society more than others, way more than others, because society was just created to get your mind off the fact that you're going to die someday.
Basically.
And so the people that murder others on the down low,
right,
and then stay out of this, stay clear of being found out about it. It's not that difficult. It's not as difficult as you would think, because human beings largely are incompetent buffoons, and that's in every category. As you can see, the cops, how they reacted at this current.
Why were they outside of that school for an hour?
Out of the right. I mean,
why did they not go in?
Incompetent buffoons in every single category of life, right? So I'm just, I was just talking, not to go off on a tangent on that again, but I was talking about these murderers, people that murder, like why did they've come to that same Zen-like conclusion, but on the inverse, the inverted version, whereas in somebody who wants to get more into spirituality and meditation,
pretty much more out of life,
somebody else who understands the same thing, but they go the dark route. They do it the dark route.
Basically. I mean, and that today very well could kind of like translate into the mass shooters, I believe. When was the last time anybody's heard about a serial killer going around at large in the United States?
Well,
I mean, they've been catching some of like the older one now through DNA and stuff, but like I haven't
still exists, right? Nobody's like ever going, oh, there's a serial killer on the loose.
I'm sure they're still out there somewhere.
There's got to be serial killers on the loose somewhere, right?
But like where, like there was so many. Like when
we never hear about it anymore, though.
I'm wondering if they're
maybe they are what they're either are incompetent police officers either not putting the connections together, or you're saying that they're just people are just
Not that they just vanish.
going out in a blaze of glory and choosing to do these mass shootings in lieu of, murders all throughout their life.
Kind of.
I think there's probably two different kinds of psychopath or sociopath.
I'm not really sure. I mean, never.
I think that the mass shooter, because remember, psychopaths are born, sociopaths are created.
Correct.
Right? So you become, it's the same thing. It's the same level. It's the same area, and you're still the same twisted, psychotic person. But just one person was born like that. One person just became like that over the course of their life.
Yeah.
You know? And it's that same thing. What happened to them, right? Over the course of their life that made them go, and they have that same level of understanding. But they go down. They want to do the bad. They want to take everybody out with them. They want to hurt people. You know, they don't have that love of life, that understanding of they understand that society was created to get your mind off the fact that you're going to die someday, but they're not dealing with it the way that some people do. Some people will choose the high road. Some people choose the low road.
Yeah.
It's like we were talking about yesterday. Remember, Democrats and Republicans. Basically, it's just positive and negative.
I mean,
it's
it's
just
the balance of life.
If you're a negative minded person, I'm not trying to lump every Democrat in there, but for the most part, if you do talk to them enough, you'll find out that they think negatively. They have a negative
glass half empty, half full.
They're a glass half empty type of thinker.
Yeah.
Whereas the Republicans are glass half full type thinkers. For whatever reason, I don't know why. It's weird.
It seems like it's just a very common coincidence potentially. However, you have to question after so many coincidences, or is it just a pattern?
I know. It's one of those. Yeah, you can't like you get in trouble when you say every single of this person does this.
Yeah,
but when you notice enough that, like, kind of like astrology, it's weird. You notice in certain people, certain similar personality traits,
right.
And when they're born the same way at the time, I think there's something to it. I really do. I know that's some hippie liberal stuff, but I do kind of think there's something to it. So
I see the connection to it because I see they're like when I started reading about it, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're pretty spot on about most things.
Yeah.
And then, like, you also just informed me, like, where you're born close to the end or the beginning date, you kind of have the traits of either the one before or whatever.
Yeah,
whatever
the
date
cusp.
you're close to, yeah. So,
because
like,
you were born in the cusp region of Taurus and Gemini.
Because, like, I read the Gemini one, I'm like, okay, yeah, I see that about, I don't know, I got 75%, something like that. I see it mostly.
Right.
Then I'm like, maybe not that thing, maybe not that thing. I read Taurus, I'm like, mostly no, but some of it's, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what? It's similar because I was born right on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. So, I mean, I will give it that it's not really a hippie liberal thing, I would call it. It's just that it's, again.
And I think that also people that are born in, like, seasons like today we're still in the Easter season of church.
Yeah.
We're still in it. Like, people that are all born in the Easter. I was born, like, a lot of times my birthday will land on Easter or Good Friday or something like that, right? And so that's the Easter season. You were born in the Easter season too. I think that there's, like, even, like, similarities of thought there. Even, like, if you're born in a season, in an area of time, whatever, it's going to be summertime, like it's spring or whatever, or summer just started. It's that same kind of, I don't know, man.
No, I see that because thinking back on, like, friends I've had over the years, a lot of my close ones all had birthdays within the same season or very close.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know now aren't we kind of close to the summer season?
Yeah, it's going to happen anytime.
Yeah.
Right?
So, I mean, like, I look at it, some of my friends that are born in the summer, but they're born, like, the early summer.
Mm-hmm.
Like, close to spring as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like how I'm close to.
So anyway,
summer too.
so Republicans see the world half full.
Half full, and it just.
And
I'd say it's a better
and
way.
Democrats see the world half empty.
Yeah. I mean, just look at how many times when you listen to them on TV,
Mm-hmm.
they're always talking about the past and how, oh, we just have to like do this. We have to take no, like you're always just focusing on the past. You're never focusing on like the future. I'll say it with the gun rights here.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about they want to take away guns. And this is my own opinion of it. They want to take away everybody's right to have a firearm.
Right, they do. Because there's
And-
no common sense way, just like
No.
we were talking about yesterday. There's no common sense way to do it.
There's
Mutually
nothing.
assured destruction. It's the same principle why we have not been able to do nuclear, what's called proliferation.
Okay.
Genghis. Okay. Nuclear proliferation is basically the fact that is getting rid of all the nuclear weapons in the world. We will never be able to achieve that
No.
because of the fact that the technology exists and that it exists and some people have it already. You'll never be able to get rid of it because people keep it just in case. Like, oh, you're going to do that to me and I'll nuke you.
Exactly. So it's
So it's the same thing with guns.
I mean,
And-
how they
and-
make guns in prison. They can make a gun in prison.
Can they really?
Yeah, they have found ways to make it's like a musket
Oh,
style.
yeah.
Like you get one
Out of like
shot.
piping or something like that.
Yeah, like I know years ago I watched a documentary about prison weapons. It was kind of cool. Like they're creative, but yeah,
But
you can make a gun in prison where you have virtually
this is
nothing.
like, okay, so Wright, Mr. Wright, right?
Yeah.
He yesterday was saying that he had gotten stuck up one time before. He's gotten stuck up
Mhm.
on the street. Somebody brandished a weapon at
Yeah.
him and
And his family.
and his family while he was driving, whatever.
Mhm.
So, and then that stuck with him, I guess. I mean, I have been through now, instead of him thinking like, oh, well, if I had a gun too,
Mhm.
what does he say? He wants them to have their gun taken away somehow. But there's no way that gun is going to be taken away. Like, really, you know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe if he had called the cops and he could have had that one
Yeah, he
person.
could have had that person.
He actually, but what did he
but
do?
didn't.
He just drove
He
away.
drove off.
He just drove off. He didn't deal with it or anything like that. He didn't go, "Whoa." You know what I would have done?
What's their license plate number? What the
I
description?
mean, oh,
of
you
them?
want to?
What-
Oh, you
yeah.
want to do that?
Yeah.
You better kill me right now, because you're definitely going to be in trouble.
Yeah, you're not getting out of that one.
You're not going to get out of that one.
I mean,
So, or either that, or if I had a gun of my own,
right.
and then now it's equal. It's equal. It's called the great equalizer. That's the same thing as a nuclear weapon. It's the great equalizer. And we have this. And so think about it on a macro level. We can think about nuclear proliferation. If you want to think about it on a micro level, it's you having a gun for yourself,
yeah,
to give yourself. Everybody deserves to be able to.
I think somebody should bring that
To what?
debate.
What do we have? We have the right to our
Yeah.
own life,
Yeah.
because we had to defend our lives.
Mhm.
We're spiritual beings.
Yep.
We're in these meat bodies, right? For a certain amount of time. And if you are a sociopath and you want to kill me on the down low or something like that, or call into the show and say, Ricky, something like that, something crazy,
Yeah.
right? I have the right to kill and end your life, take your spirit and send your spirit on up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well,
It's the great equalizer.
Yeah. you're allowed to have the right just as much as
So
I.
I have that right, and I have no problem whatsoever. You know, right? That's it. It's on. That could just stay unspoken.
Yeah.
And there's nothing that our pledge that does not go against our
No.
pledge, because we have the right, just like anybody else. You want to write something also about another amendment that covers?
Yeah.
I mean, that covers the First Amendment. We could do one for the Second Amendment too. We could do a pledge.
Yeah, we could.
You know. So I had a good time. It was a good show, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we had a good talk.
Yeah. It was interesting.
introspective.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we have a good flow going on, and it's a good thing. We'll got to get some more people on who actually want to talk it out and get on. I would have definitely talked to that person. They had a problem or they want to have a discussion. Feel free.
I mean, I don't know. I'm interested in learning more facts about vultures. So,
but Ray Liotta, God bless Ray Liotta. He was, we didn't really talk about that too much. I do want to say that Ray Liotta was the man.
mm-hmm.
He was always, I know, like basically that whole movie.
Yeah.
Every word that he utters, let's put it this way, in Goodfellas,
Mm-hmm.
I basically know by heart. All right. That was a great film. My father brought me to go see it when I was 10 years old. It was in the movies, 1990. Can you believe that? And that was like an R-rated movie. Okay.
Yeah, I think it definitely probably was.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to see
Definitely
it.
was.
And I didn't even become like a sociopath or a serial killer.
No. However, I wanted to bring one thing I found about him that really cool.
Okay.
Goodfellas actor Ray Liotta, voice of Palm Beach County tourism video.
What?
Yeah.
Send it to me. We'll play it. We'll play it.
I texted that to you.
Let's play it. I didn't get it yet. There it is. Okay. Tourism video. Interesting. So yeah, everybody goes to Palm Beach.
Yeah.
Everybody has ties to Palm Beach.
In one way or another, I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a but Ray Liotta, God, he was so great. Oh, you know what? I got some. Let me play a couple things. I think I had them on my Twitter here. Should have either on my profile. I got some stuff we could play really quick. Or oh yeah, here it is. Hold on. Copy link. See, once you, Parker, learn more of the technical aspects of this.
Mm-hmm.
far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster. I mean, that was everything, bro. That tells you everything right there, man. I mean, dude, I just want to like talk about this. I always felt that same way too. I did. Ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Probably seeing that movie didn't help.
Yeah, well, seeing my grandfather, my papa.
Yep.
Seeing him and stuff like that, and I was just like, and so I really connected with that, especially the first, part of the movie where it has Ray Liotta's character, Henry Hill, as a kid, working across the street from a cab stand or whatever, and getting, that whole thing is just like so romanticized and just so awesome. The whole movie is just so beautiful. That like the one,
it glorifies the life and it makes it look. Well, I know it's glamorous,
but it was realistic. I think very realistic take on an aspect of
how someone can get involved and move up, and just how the whole thing,
and
kind of like how the real life of it a little bit was,
and big in a Northeast culture. And I think we were talking about that at some point, man. Talking about Northeast culture and how everybody kind of wishes they were back in the day. They lived back then or whatever. They kind of live in that time,
I can definitely say, like, my grandparents, they love telling me about how it used to be in Philly or the area.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, and even when I was like growing up, without them telling me, for whatever reason, I was always struck to the, or interested to like the South Philly area, where it's like a lot of Italian culture. And again, that some of the movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's the same kind of aspect or the same kind of thing, like you were saying.
I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast yesterday, and he has Chris DiStefano on there. It's a new upcoming comedian who just recently has he has a special on Netflix called Speshy Weshy.
Oh,
but I actually haven't seen it yet. He talks about living on Staten Island, and he says, and I actually lived on Staten Island for a little while. I did. Yep. I lived on Staten Island for a year and a half. But he says that they're letting a lot of the old time gangsters and a lot of like mafia guys out now. And if anybody knows, and if anybody knows anything about, he said this about Staten Island on the show, and I can confirm that it's true. That most of the like mafia, like not most, I would say like in the Italian, in the New York City region, say that in the New York City region, most of the mafia people,
right,
other than the Bronx, probably the Little Italy in the Bronx.
Yeah.
And but the major stronghold, especially for like bosses or things like that, or people that have been in life for a long time and have accumulated money, because that's like where they have houses on Staten Island. They live on Staten Island. And so,
I get what you're saying.
That's where they're at. But he talks about, he goes like, noticing that like, oh, this guy's back and this guy's back, or whatever. And then he feels like more secure, better. Because you know that even whatever's going to happen within the neighborhood, if you know about the mafia, the reason why it came around was they had these enclaves of people that come here, right? And just like the Koreans.
Yep.
People come here and then they stay in their little enclaves of people at first when they get to America. And then they didn't trust like the police, because the police are idiots, right? Who do whatever they want. They sit out. They sit outside and they don't go in, right? So they started their own police force.
Yeah.
And that's what the mafia was, basically. It really was. And then until it became,
like
anything else kind of like gets out of control, especially like organizations of any kind, groups of any kind.
Yeah.
Can get out of it. They can become a life of its own, have a life of its own. And some of the people that get in there maybe give it a bad name or something like that, and do crazy stuff. That's kind of probably what happened with that whole thing. It started out good probably for good reasons. And then it started getting bad.
Remember in the movie, he says, in the beginning, he says,
like shop owners, like they always say, like shop owners, they go, oh, you give me a piece of your business and blah, blah, blah. But maybe when it really started, it was like, no, you just like not communistic or anything like that, but this is our area.
Insurance.
This is our area. You pay me a little bit, and then I always got your back all the time.
Yeah, it's insurance like.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it was actually just. Didn't he say it was just like a police force for the wise guys or something, like protection for the wise guys.
Yes,
that's it.
That's what it was.
It was just whatever, like a coverage, insurance coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Something went wrong, you can come to me.
Yeah.
What's an insurance company? You get into a car accident?
It's a police force.
It's just
Well, what Ray Liotta actually, he says, what is it? He says,
I'm trying to remember.
what? Oh, shit. What nobody seems to understand, just to paraphrase it, he says basically something to the effect of, what people don't understand is we're just a police department for wise guys. That's all it is.
Or people who can't go to the police.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
But he ends up, and that's the end. That's like the end quote. The quote is just a police department for wise guys.
I mean, that sounds glorious. It really does.
It does, right?
I mean,
there is an element of security when they're in the neighborhood. Nobody's gonna come in and break in cars.
Mm-hmm.
They spray paint everything, right?
They kind of have like a control.
They have a control. There's a certain
level of respect almost.
Yeah, and then probably the neighborhood will become better, cleaner, nicer, safer. Because if you mess around, you're gonna. And that's all we're talking about. Society. This is another aspect of society. This is another insane thing that happens within society, where a person becomes a mafia member.
Mm-hmm. And it's.
I mean that has its own murder and things that happen as well. And they're what they do is, and I think that I give them a pass on that because they do it to people that have chosen the life and know what costs it comes with. Okay, right?
Yeah.
They know what comes with it. So when you're in a war or something like that, or something crazy is going on, it's business. It's a casualty of war.
Yeah. It was not expected, but it's understood.
Yeah, for the most part.
Understood, yeah.
For the most part, those guys weren't murdering because they're a sick serial killer murderer. They're murdering because of business. And
what did
you already knew? And maybe somebody stepped out of line. You took the oath. You knew, just like we're talking about our oath.
Yeah.
You took the oath.
Yeah.
And if you don't stick to it,
you have to own up to it.
I mean, if we don't stick to our oath.
Per se, yeah.
Bam. How about that guy Yamaguchi, right? Yamaguchi.
Yeah.
Talk about another Eastern guy. Yamaguchi, he went on I believe a political thing too. Wasn't it on TV?
That I'm not sure about. I don't remember. I don't know if it was on TV. Was it?
Yeah, that was something that was on live TV too, actually. There.
Wouldn't really shock me.
Now that was somebody who. Let me first, I guess. Otoyo Yamaguchi. Okay, here let me first show the picture of it, and then we'll stop the stream really soon and we'll get to work Fat Enzo t-shirts. By the way, if anybody wants to call in, you're more than welcome. 866-970-9997. 866-970-9997. Extension 1. 866-970-9997. Extension 1. Be happy to take your phone call. If you have anything to contribute, that's the Yamaguchi picture right there. So, but this is another display of somebody who's had it, they're fed up. And instead of just killing themselves in a remote location or crawling into the woods like a wounded animal, or, plugging a hose in their tailpipe and sitting in the garage, or taking out a bunch of people, little kids who don't even that's horrible. Yeah. This person's making a difference. I'm not. I'm not saying.
I mean, I guess
I am not telling anybody to do anything. I'm not saying anything like that whatsoever. I'm just, all we're doing is we're talking. We're allowed to talk. Otoyo Yamaguchi, February 1943. They don't know his exact birthday, I guess, until, February 22nd, 1943 to November 2nd, 1960. He was a Japanese right-wing ultra-nationalist youth who assassinated, how old was he? Hold on. Oh, I didn't figure it out. Youth, 43 to 1960. Okay. So he's in that age range.
17,
the adult.
18.
That's what we're talking about.
Yep. 17, 18-year-old.
The golden years.
I guess so.
Think about this. Oh my God. I'm just having
What?
a lot of the Democrats use, I believe, propaganda and things like this. Society's sick. It's a sick society. That's the thing. And then so a lot of these guys, they hate life somehow, and they hate society somehow. And I think a lot of the messaging that's perpetuated by media is a thing that ultimately, the not having the spirituality within the country, that whole separation, the whole secularism, that's what pushes this stuff, man. Not guns.
No, I mean,
not guns. Look at this guy. He does it with a
sword.
With a sword. Youth. He assassinated Inahiro Asanuma, chairman of the Japanese Socialist Party, on the 12th of October, 1960. Yamaguchi rushed the stage and stabbed Asanuma with a wakizashi short sword, while Asanuma was participating in a televised election debate at Hibiya Public Hall in Tokyo. Yamaguchi, who was 17 years of age at the time, had been a member of Bin Akao's far-right Greater Japan Patriot Party. Oh my God. Greater Japan Patriot Party. When did they? I never read that before. Did they update that on Wikipedia?
They probably did.
That sounds a lot like
they're trying to translate it to now.
They're trying to say make America great again, aren't they?
Or make Japan great again.
Dude, is that some fake things right now, dude? I believe that's some disinfo. Hold on, because I've read this a million times.
I'm not sure.
I've never caught that. If I ever read that before, I would have caught that. I believe I would have. Anyway, we'll go back to that in a second. But anyway, he had resigned earlier that year. After being arrested and interrogated, Yamaguchi committed suicide while in a detention facility. So, the Greater Japan Patriotic Party, frequently abbreviated to Aiko Kuto. I mean, that's the real name of it. I don't know who translated that to the other thing. Really? I want to see a translation on that. It's a Japanese political party and far-right political group. It was created in 1951 by right-wing ultra-nationalist Bin Akao, who became the first head of the party. So I guess it's still going. Never ended?
Maybe not.
Greater Japan Patriotic Party, dude.
Yeah, it has a kind of...
I mean, it's using the word great.
It is.
I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before at all. I don't believe that. I think that's some idiot in the back room changing something at Wikipedia.
Well, you can always change things on Wikipedia anyway.
Yeah.
But that probably
I've seen it happen
it and leaving it like that.
I've seen it happen in real time, dude.
Yeah.
Them changing word definitions.
And I don't know, wasn't it communism that usually all the time they always change history?
Yeah, it's some idiot. They privatized communism. Some idiot at encyclopedia.com, whatever, which is a corporation also, right?
Yeah, another corporation.
Yeah. All right, let's get to printing.
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could do this all day. You know?
Yeah.
It's too bad. Maybe one day.
Maybe we'll do one day along.
Maybe someday. Look at this guy. He's just chilling, man. God. What a life for a dog.
Yeah, I would agree with that. He's just chilling in here.
You ready to get up, buddy? Huh? All right, guys. Well, we need something. We need something to say when we go out. We got the greetings poopies,
Right.
but like people have catchphrases when they go out. They have things like that they say or whatever. Like Gavin McInnes says, what does he say? He said, "Be brave."
I don't usually watch that far into it.
Always. Oh, what does he say?
We'll come up with something, I'm sure.
Yeah, we need to have some. We need to come up with something. Uniting the Christians with truth instead of dividing them with lies. I am your host, Robert Vincent Picarillo.
What an idiot.
This is my Asian sidekick, Genghis Khan. And I'm name fluid. You can call me whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. You can call me RVP, Bobby. I don't care. Don't call me the one name that rhymes with, tickles.
Yep.
Don't call me that. Do not call me that. Don't call me late to dinner either.
No.
All right.
Speaking of that, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry too. See you guys.
See you.
Adios. Let me first of all, hold on one sec. Let me just go out with the way we went in. Okay. If I may. Let me just start though. See you guys tomorrow. See you guys tomorrow morning. Oh, actually, tomorrow morning, Saturday?
Yeah.
We'll see if we decide. We're not,
we'll figure it out.
We'll see if we decide. But
Definitely
either
see
way,
you
Monday through Friday,
Yep.
expect this. Expect this Monday through Friday. And anytime you guys want to give us a call, and we'll usually be, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting around 10.
I would say generally 10.
Generally around 10. Okay. Or in that ballpark. It might be 9:45, 9:30, right?
Or
might be 10:15.
Yep.
In that general vicinity, and then we'll go for at least an hour, and then we'll be taking phone calls. Okay. Kind of like the JLP show.
I guess so.
He has 2 shows, by the way. He's got, or a couple shows. He's got like the Fallen State, where he does. That's his interview show. Maybe I'll do the interview show as the other name thing. But at some point, remember that. But who cares? It doesn't matter. Just remember, guys. Ego is all dumb. Don't think about anything. Take your thoughts out. Get into some spirituality. Spirituality and meditation need to go together.
Yes, we do.
They need to go together, guys. Spirituality and meditation, so that you don't end up killing a bunch of people. Because, hey, there's a lot of pressure going on when you're in a society that is totally insane. And people deal with that pressure differently. You got to unleash the pressure spiritually.
Yes, you do.
That's what I believe.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
All right, I love you guys.
All right.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Please tell somebody about us, if you feel, inspired.